Hello, everyone. Satnam. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please chat in the live chat so I know that you can hear me and that you can see me. Perfect. Thank you. Thumbs up. Thank you, Carmen. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight to share space, to share energy tonight. Oh, good. Thank you, Flor. Yes, all good. Thank you, Farah. Wonderful. I'm glad that you can hear me and that you can see me. We have just a couple of more minutes to let everyone come on and jump on. So in the next couple of minutes, you can set up a sacred space for you. So maybe that means grabbing a blanket or a sweater or a pillow or a yoga block. Maybe it means grabbing some essential oils. Let's see. Yes, some essential oils like sandalwood or ylang-ylang or orange. Tonight we're going to be talking about the sacral chakra. So essential oils like orange, ylang-ylang, clary sage, bergamot all help to open and to balance the sacral chakra. Crystals like orange calcite, like amber, like moonstone all help to balance the sacral chakra. So in the next minute or two, feel free to grab any of those to assist you in your practice tonight and just sort of create a sacred space for you to enjoy this evening. So give yourself some time right now to do that. And we'll just wait another minute or two for everyone to jump on. And I'm going to put on my sandalwood. So tonight we will be talking about the sacral chakra, as I mentioned. The chakras are such an integral part of Kundalini, and if you're practicing with us usually regularly at RYK, you know that we specialize in Kundalini. We really work to raise your Kundalini energy, and raising the Kundalini energy actually works through the chakras. So you have 7 personal primary chakras in your body. These are considered the major chakras. You have lots of minor chakras, and you have chakras in every organ and every place of your body. But the 7 primary personal ones we go over week to week. But the Kundalini energy that we awaken through our Kundalini practice works through the chakras. So we take time each week in this class to isolate and really look at in depth each one of the chakras. And that way we can start to recognize how it feels, recognize the implications outside of the physical, in our emotional lives, spiritual lives, relationships, all of these different contexts. And then that way, when we raise the Kundalini energy, we're much more open and ready to experience that big awakening because we've already sort of gotten into a lot of the unconscious stuff week by week. So the sacral chakra is the second chakra. It's about change. It's about movement. The element is water, and when this chakra is in balance, you feel that you're in the flow of life, that you can meet challenges with curiosity and playfulness, that you have healthy and dynamic relationships with yourself and with others. When the sacral chakra is out of balance, you feel fatigued and detached, uninspired, uncreative. Maybe you're afraid of pleasure. You might feel insecure or emotionally reactive or codependent, dramatic. or have some addictions. So those are when the chakra is out of balance. So where the first chakra, the root chakra, which we talked about last week, the Muladhara, is the foundation. It's the point of the beginning and the end of the eternal present moment, where we have that one point, the stability. Chakra 2 is about change. It's about movement. It's about options. It's about deciding which route to take. Should we stay or should we go? Should we go left or should we right? Should we stay present or run in fear? Should we This is where we get polarity, duality, movement, and change. So we're really going to tap into that today. And goodness gracious, we've experienced so many big changes over the last couple of weeks. Working from home, I know so many people have lost jobs or have had to take some serious pay cuts. We can't go to our regular yoga studios. So we've had to make so many big adjustments, and this is all related to the second chakra, because the sacral chakra shows us that change is a fundamental element of consciousness. We have been pushed off of the cliff, and now we have a choice. Right? We can surrender or we can resist. We can trust or we can live in fear. We can stay present or we can try and escape. We can awaken or we can return to sleep. So those are some of the options that are presented to us in this time from the sacral chakra. So with that being said, everybody, please find a really comfortable, easy seat, maybe on a little pillow or your meditation mat, meditation pillow. And just begin to sway from side to side. Your hips are open. And begin to just make contact with the left and right sits bones here. So we're finding balance between the two sides. And then close your eyes. Take tonight as an opportunity to really tap into you, to tap into what feels good, to tap into what is calling you, to notice the difference when things change, and to release control. So with your eyes closed, just begin to take a few deep breaths to become really present. Engage the low belly. Lengthen through the spine. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Allow the crown of your head to sit to bring you 1 inch taller. And stack your shoulders over your hips. So maybe that means you have to lean back slightly. We want a really long vertebra, really long spine, a really long line of energy between your sits bones and the crown of your head. And with your eyes closed, just begin to visualize that you're standing by a river. And you feel warmth in your low belly, underneath your belly button. And this warmth is glowing orange. It's pulsating and dancing within you. And you notice a boat. And you know the boat is yours, and you get in. And you begin to move down the river. And you just begin to notice your surroundings. And you begin to really think to yourself, how did I get here? What choices did I make to get here? What steps did I take to get here? And as you move in the boat and you see every tree and every fish and every mammal, every plant, every rock as you pass in your boat, You know that they are somehow a part of your journey. They have shaped this river, they have shaped this life, they have shaped this experience in some way. And as you flow in this boat, you aim to go right, but the current takes you left. And although your initial desire was to go right, maybe you relinquish control and see what's ahead to the left. You are by no means passive. You are an active creator of this experience on the river. But instead of moving against the current, you flow with it. So let go of control here in this boat. Flow. Let the current take you. Feel the strength coming from your sacral chakra underneath your belly, this glowing orange that's dancing inside of you. And as you let the current take you, where does it want you to go? What does it want you to know? Embrace this uncertainty. Stay open and stay curious. Allow yourself to flow. And place your hands on your knees and keep your eyes closed. And just begin to sway in any direction that feels good, keeping your sits bones really rooted into the earth. Start to move in circles. Keep awareness on your sits bones, on your foundation, on this point that keeps you present, keeps you rooted. But allow yourself some movement, making small circles in one direction. Begin to explore any way that calls you. Allow yourself to reach, to stretch in every direction. Maybe you move your hands up as you make circles. Maybe you decide to sway from left to right. Whatever feels good, whatever is calling you, do that. Maintain focus on the sits bones, on your foundation, but know that you are safe to explore any movement here. And allow yourself to linger where it feels good. Wherever it feels juicy. Wherever it feels really delicious. Move in a way you never have before. Give yourself that opportunity to explore newness inside of you. Allow yourself to change from movement to movement. And as your eyes are still closed and you're still moving, listen to the subtle wisdom of your body, the subtle urges of your body. This is your time to wiggle it out, to create space, to release any tenseness, any tension, any stress, any tightness, any old patterns. Maybe you began to move in the way you always do. Allow this time to be different. Keep moving in ways that are new and foreign to you. Keep exploring each part of your body and how each part of your body is connected to so many other parts. Keep flowing with your intuition. Keep flowing with your body. And know that by the time you are finished with this moving meditation, that the world will be different. That you will be different. Keep creating space. Keep flowing. Keep tuning in to what feels good. Keep getting into your upper back, where your rib cages, your hips, the front of your shoulders, your armpit. Just a few more breaths. Really taking the opportunity to explore. And then find stillness in the center, your eyes still closed. Pause for a moment and feel anything that's changed, anything that's opened, released, come up. And then release down to your back. So come to laying on your back. Make a 90-degree angle with your feet. So send your feet straight up into the air. And as we lay here in waterfall pose, legs up the wall, we allow anything to come out of our unconscious mind, the deep, deep, deep mind. We allow anything to drain. We allow anything to come to the surface. Keep your low belly engaged here, a 90-degree angle. And just let any extra fluid, any liquid drain out of your feet. This really helps our lymphatic system, which is a pretty important detoxification system in your body. So we're lymphatic draining the feet and the legs, but we're also allowing ourselves to tap into any deep, unconscious thoughts, emotions, behaviors, beliefs, reactions, letting everything drain, letting everything come up from the deep layers of the bottom of our roots, our foundation, our feet. Letting it come up. So it's falling down here so we can rise to the surface. Maybe roll your ankles around in one direction and then another. Maybe even you kick your feet together. Or maybe kicking one foot with another, tapping. Just bringing some extra inertia, some extra energy into this inertia here. Whatever feels good to you, but visualize anything deep within you rising up to the surface. Anything that needs to be brought up to the surface so that we can shine a light on it, so that we can recognize the depth of it and how much it does affect us, so that we can consciously choose something else. So allowing anything to come to the surface. Just a few more breaths here. Tapping the feet, circling the ankles, maybe bending the knees. Just creating some movement, some fluidity in the legs and the root chakra as you bring everything closer to the hips, closer to the core, closer to the pelvis, closer towards your heart. And from here, bend your knees and bring your knees into your chest and then rock from side to side, massaging the backs of your hips, massaging your low back, massaging your shoulder blades, rocking from side to side in a little ball, feeling really supported in this posture, really comforted, really nurtured. You're cradled as you're rocking from side to side. And you have the option to extend your feet up towards the sky and continuing to rock from side to side in happy baby. But either way, whether your knees are in your chest or whether your feet are up towards the sky, rocking from side to side, this really soothing posture like we're rocking a baby. And anything that has come up or anything that will come up during class or even after class as we open the sacral chakra, our emotional center, anything that comes up from the unconscious mind, it is safe to feel. Anything that you desire is safe to feel. Anything that you recognize is safe to feel. Affirm this to yourself as you rock from side to side. And then bring your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg out long, and just notice where you brought your knee in. So bring the knee in closer to you, wherever you brought it in, and roll your ankle around one direction. And then roll it around another direction. Release your head down onto the earth. The left leg is extended. The right knee is in towards your chest. So first experience your natural instinct, where you brought the knee in. Experience what that feels like. Now consciously choose another place to bring your knee. Maybe it's a little out, maybe it's a little closer to the midline. Feel what that feels like, this other option. Continue to roll the ankle around, still on the right side, the right knee is towards you. And as you've experienced this other place, consciously choose another option, a third place for you to put your knee. And how does that feel? Maybe really foreign because it was your third choice. But experience what this option feels like. Maybe it wasn't your first choice. It's not where you normally, naturally go, where you feel most comfortable, but maybe it feels pretty dang good. Or if anything, maybe it's telling you that you've got something there that you need to look at because maybe it doesn't feel so good. And just begin to rotate from the hip. So now we're making some circles with the knee. In one direction. Just opening up in all directions here, the hip. And then switch directions. And then bring both knees into your chest. And notice the difference between the right side and the left. Just linger in this space in between. And then extend your right leg long and bring the left knee into your chest. And again, notice the first place you want to bring your knee into your chest. Is it close to your midline? Is it really far out? Is it by your armpit? Just notice your natural instinct, where you feel most comfortable, where you go automatically. And roll the ankle around in one direction. Creating more fluidity here in the low body. Roll the ankle in the opposite direction. And find stillness with the ankle. And then from here, consciously choose another place to bring your knee. So maybe it's a little bit out, or maybe it's a little bit more in. But move your knee to a new spot, to unfamiliar territory, and bring that in close to you. Keep extending the right leg out long. The left knee is in towards you. And feel this relationship between the left and right side. Between the left and right hip. The left and right quad. The left and right knee. The left and right toes. Feel this relationship here. Experience this option. And then choose a third place to put your knee, to bring your knee towards you. Maybe that's a little bit more out. Maybe that's really close to the ground. Maybe that's on the total opposite side of your body. But in this third option, it probably feels pretty foreign again. Allow yourself to release the judgment of the differences between the three options and just allow yourself to get fully absorbed in the experience of it, the sensations of it. And then from here, move the knee in circles. So making circles from the knee. The right leg is still extended long. Your head is relaxed on your mat on the floor beneath you. Allow yourself to feel open as you make circles around. Allow yourself to feel fluid. And then switch directions, make circles the opposite way. Feeling every part. The psychic ability of the sacral chakra is clairsentience. So being able to feel things maybe outside of you. We often call this empathy, or somebody's empathetic, or an empath. And what a beautiful thing it is to walk into a room and automatically know you can feel the mood of the room, the mood of your friends, the mood of your collective conscience. But so often with empaths, it's hard for them to determine what is someone else's and what is mine. What is an insight that is good to know, but I can't do anything about? And what is my responsibility? So allow this time for you to tap into your sensations, your movement, how it feels in your body. Because once you know what's yours, that is what you need to address. That's the only thing that you need to carry. And from here, bring both knees into your chest, squeeze, feel the difference now after moving both sides, and then place your feet on the earth, bending at your knees, head released down onto the earth, and then think about bringing your low back into the mat. So pressing, engaging the low belly, squeezing, flexing the abdominal muscles, pressing the low back into the mat so you have a slight pelvic tilt towards you. And then releasing the low back. So press the low back and tilt the pelvis and then release the low back. So it's a really subtle movement, rocking the pelvis forward and back. Just scooping here. Almost like a caterpillar, we're inching forward little by little. Just getting a feeling of what it feels like to move without moving our hands and our feet. Just beginning to tap into the sensations of the hips and the quads, really connecting the legs to the torso here, through the pelvis, through the hips. So really think about flexing the abdominals while you press down and moving at whatever pace serves you. So maybe it's fast here, or maybe it's really slow. Maybe it's somewhere in between. And find stillness here. Bring your feet just a little bit closer towards you so that you can graze your heels with your fingertips. And from here, continue to engage the low belly and then lift your hips up towards the sky for bridge pose. So really squeeze your inner thighs, opening through the hip flexors. Keeping your knees in line with your hips. We don't want to move them wide. Keep them in line with your hips. Find space here in the front side of the body. And then maybe sway your hips from side to side. So engaging through the glutes, engaging through the hip flexors, through the inner thigh, the adductor muscles. Just find a sway, find a rock from side to side. But remember your roots. Remember your foundation, your feet, your shoulders. Find some space between your chin and your chest. Your hands press next to you, or maybe they float above your head. Just play with different expressions here. Maybe you come back down to the earth and give yourself a moment's rest and then come back up again. So really feeling this balance, this duality of being rooted into the earth with the feet and the upper back and sending the hips high. So feeling that polarity there. And then swaying the hips from side to side in this bridge pose. And then release down to the earth, release your hips down. And then bring your knees into your chest again. Feeling really safe and supported, feeling really covered and cocooned here. Giving ourselves time to go inward. Using this time to get centered, to connect deeply with yourself. And then rock the length of your spine a couple of times, massaging your entire back. And then come up to a seat. Continue to maintain closed eyes. Coming into butterfly, into Baddha Konasana. So bend at the knees. Soles of your feet are together. Let's actually start with your feet as close to your groin, as close to your perineum as possible. And then place your hands behind you to find opening through the front side of the body, front of the chest. Send the spine up tall. Allow the crown of your head to lift you 1 inch higher. So with your feet from right to left, we think about the choices we have in front of us. We can go left or we can go right. We can stay or we can go. We have choices. And sometimes those choices are not something we would have chosen for ourselves, but that doesn't mean they are not presented to us as an option. So get comfortable here with this opening, this balance, this left and right, this polarity, this duality. Sitting really upright and stretching through the inner thighs. These inner thighs that help maintain balance in your life as you walk, as you take movement, as you make steps. Breathing into this space here. And then begin to fold forward and place your hands on your feet. Maybe reach for a block or some sort of pillow to place your head on. And as you fold forward and you relax, you surrender into yourself, into your own personal experience. Folds have a really great way of making us go inwards. We're literally folding into ourselves to explore what is it that's inside of me? What is it that is this deep, this close, this big part of me? And when you find the crease, you find the fold, explore that inward motion. This is really the time to get to know every crease, every fold, every crevice of you, both on your mat and outside. Experience yourself as this presence. Experience yourself, your wants, your desires, your purpose. We have truly been gifted such a beautiful opportunity during the social distancing to take that time to go inwards, to really explore every crease, every crevice of ourselves. So we can begin to look at every part of us. We can begin to integrate every part of us. We can begin to love every part of us. That is how we become whole. That is how we become holy. How we tap into our divinity. So allow yourself a few breaths to really sink in to that crevice. With your hips wide open. What in there are you still avoiding? What in there are you scared to look at? What emotions are you repressing? Allow them to come to the surface. From here, slowly release out of the fold. Place your hands behind your back, lean back slightly, gently bring your knees in towards each other and sway your knees from side to side. A few moments of bringing back circulation. Maybe you lean back on your forearms. And then come up to seated, moving into a low lunge Anjaneyasana. So let's start with the right foot in front. So bring the right foot in front, stack the right knee over the right ankle, and then send the left leg back. So inch the left foot back so that you're feeling a stretch in the left hip flexor, and then release the top of your foot down onto the earth. And sink into this here, this opening, this expansion. Allow the hips to Open, allow gravity to do the work. Without forcing, without controlling, we simply allow the opening to happen. We breathe into the opening. We breathe in the opportunity to open without expectations. Keep breathing here, using your breath as a tool. Sending big, deep belly breaths here, breathing all the way into the low belly. Just like you would fill up a large vase with water. It fills the bottom first, and then the middle, and then the upper part of the vase. So breathe into your low belly, and then your ribs, and then your chest. And exhale the opposite direction. Exhale through the chest, the ribs, and the belly, squeezing all of the rest of the air out. And then switch sides. So bring the right knee back. Maybe linger in this in-between. Swing the hips from side to side. This feels really good, really opening, really light. And then bring your left foot in front. Stack the left knee on top of the left ankle, and then bring the right foot back. So using the toes to bring the right knee back. Maintain alignment of the left knee over the left ankle. And again, find opening on the right hip flexor. And close your eyes if you haven't done so already, and just feel how juicy this can feel. How delicious can this feel on the right side? And if you're holding on to anything, any tension, any resistance, let it go now. Open up here. Give into the fullness of your being, to this moment, to every moment, to everything that you do. Allow your hips to drop. Allow gravity to do the work. You're not forcing, you're not controlling. You are simply allowing the depth to occur. And allow yourself to breathe big belly breaths. So breathing into your belly, then chest, then ribs, then chest, out of your chest, ribs, and belly. Just like pouring water into a vase, fill up from the bottom to the top, and pour out from the top to the bottom. Gently tuck your back toes, engage the hips, and bring your left knee back to the right. And then again, sway from side to side, allowing movement in an opposite direction. Side to side now instead of front to back opening. And once more, come to laying on your back for Supta Baddha Konasana. So just like we did earlier in butterfly pose here with the soles of the feet together and the knees butterfly open, where the first time we were straight and tall, folded forward, this time lay down on your backs. So as we lay down, allow yourself to just soften into your mat, to soften into the floor of your home and the ground, the earth beneath that. The knees are open and receptive. Your belly is soft and your head rests gently down. Your hips, your shoulders, your feet, your head all make firm contact with the earth. Again, not forcing, just allowing gravity to do the work. Allowing the bodies of you and the ground to meet. And close your eyes. Place your palms face up to receive these loving, healing words as you speak these affirmations out loud to yourself. Your voice is so healing to you. Your body is listening to every thought and every word that you speak throughout the day. So really stand behind these affirmations. Say them with passion, with conviction, with heart. Affirm out loud to yourself, I love and enjoy my body. I take time to play and experience things that bring me joy. I experience desire and know that my desire is separate from myself. I am in touch with my feelings. I am open to experiencing the present moment with all of my senses. I am passionate and have healthy boundaries. I feel pleasure with every breath that I take. I nourish myself and take care of my needs in healthy ways. I value and respect my body and myself. I release control and trust the current of my life. I embrace change with grace and let go of the past. I have the power to create anything that I desire. It is my right to be joyful and experience pleasure. I stay open and curious when I am faced with challenges. I am in the flow of my life. And gently place your hands on the outside of your thighs. And just like you were closing your favorite book, gently bring your knees in towards one another. The left and right side to meet at the center. And then maybe rock your knees from side to side, windshield wipering. Find stillness with your knees together and gently bring your feet out a little bit wider than your knees. And rest here a moment. Release tension here a moment. Release anything not serving you here for a moment. And then bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll a few times. Come up to a seat for our pranayama. For Nadi Shodhana. So maybe prop yourself up on a block or your meditation pillow. And for Nadi Shodhana, it is a way for us to cleanse and clear both sides of the body, the left and the right, the masculine, the feminine, the sun and the moon. We all carry masculine and feminine energies within us. So Nadi Shodhana is a way to balance both of those sides. So for this practice, you will put your thumb on your right nostril, your pointer finger and your middle finger on the center of your forehead. And then your ring finger you'll use on your left nostril. So we'll start by placing the thumb on the right nostril, the pointer finger and the middle finger on the center of your forehead. And with the thumb on top of the right nostril, plugging the right nostril, inhale through the left nose for the count of 4. And then plug the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril for the count of 4. Inhale through the right nostril for the count of 4. Plug the right nostril, release the left nostril, and exhale for the count of 4. So we're alternating. Inhale left, plug left, and exhale right. Inhale right, plug the right, and exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, Exhale left. Continue like this. Inhale left. And exhale right. Find your count of 4. You can chant sa, ta, na, ma as you inhale and exhale. Find your rhythm here. Find your breath. Find your flow. Find your balance. Keep breathing, alternating nostrils, finding balance, finding ease, drinking in the change around you, drinking in the change within you. For those expert practitioners of Nadi Shodhana, you can pause after the inhale. So you'll inhale for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, inhale for 4, pause for 4, and exhale for 4. Only once you've mastered the inhale and exhale as normal, then you can add on the pause. And think about that pause more as a suspension of breath, like it's floating in the current. You're not holding, you're not gripping, you're not forcing. So continue with Nadi Shodhana. Come a little bit closer to the screen just so you can see me. 2 fingers on the forehead. So allow this to cleanse, to clear both sides. Our society is so dominant in our masculine, in our assertiveness, in our productivity, in our doing. And we often think about the being as being less worthy of our time. But if anything, we know how important it is to really sit with ourselves, to understand ourselves, to understand our desires and our needs and the path that we should take. By exploring what we enjoy, we have a better understanding of our purpose, our path. So tap into the feminine aspect of yourself. The sacral chakra is ruled by the moon. And we just had our full moon last night in Libra. So really allow yourself to feel her fullness. A few more moments here practicing Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, this breathing exercise to cleanse and clear both sides of the body, both hemispheres of the brain, to balance different aspects within ourselves, to fully integrate. Just another minute here. And anything that you might still be holding on to, allow yourself permission to let go. To let go of the control. To let go of the need to know. To let go of forcing ourselves into any one particular path, to any one particular way, to any one particular certainty. Allow yourself the opportunity to surrender to the option of having something different, to having something more in alignment for you. Something that better serves your highest and greatest good. Keep breathing. Keep cleansing. Keep clearing. Keep healing. And then finish the round in your own time, your own pace, your own rhythm. Keep your eyes closed and bring both hands face down on your knees to ground, or place your palms face up to receive. Any last bit of juiciness, any last bit of your own internal wisdom, your truths, your experience, your insights, your intuition, your sensations. Allow yourself a moment to linger here in that sacred stillness, that sacred pause. And even though you were calm, you were not unmoving. We know that everything is constantly vibrating. Every sound, every cell, every organ, every thought, every experience has its own particular frequency. And everything is vibrating at all times. So stillness is really an illusion. The only thing constant is change. Allow yourself here and now to be at peace with that. And flutter your eyes open. Come to laying on your back for our relaxation. So bring your feet really wide as you can. And lay back and place your palms face up to receive. Shimmy your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades. Lift your chest just a little bit higher. In Shavasana, relax. Allow yourself this moment to absorb all of the benefits of your practice. It's only when we rest can our body rejuvenate. just like the instinct to survive. Humans and other living beings have the instinct to move towards pleasure and away from pain. It's an innate biological pattern. So allow yourself to move towards pleasure with ease and with grace. Allow yourself to experience pleasure, to seek pleasure, to find pleasure in any situation that you are in, whether you chose to be there or the universe chose for you. Be willing to change course, to explore your options. Ask yourself, what else feels good? Adapt. Without change, there is no adventure, no movement, no growth, no transformation, no life. Begin to breathe deeply. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists. And with your eyes still closed, roll to one side and up to a seated position. Maintain closed eyes. And we'll move into our final portion of class, another sound healing portion of this Sacral Chakra yoga and meditation healing is to chant the Bij mantra sound of Vam. So it sounds like Vam. It's spelled V-A-M, but oftentimes it sounds more like V-U-M or V-A-R-M. So we will chant this together. I will have the mantra playing. So maybe in the chat box, if you could let me know if you can hear it or not. But chant with it, or chant whenever you feel called. You don't have to chant the same time. Really, it's about chanting when feels good for you. You will absorb the vibrations of the chant of the mantra that I'm playing in the background. But of course, your own voice is so healing for you. So chant aloud and hear your own voice. Let your own voice be your own healer, your own support, your own space for healing and transformation. So. Let's see. I'll move closer. Vam. 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 Allowing yourself to chant at whatever interval feels good, chanting Vam, 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 Vam. Picturing that orange glow in your low belly, the sacral chakra, as you chant Vam. Maybe you even place your hand on your low belly and really connect to that center. Vam. 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 Chanting whatever feels good, not necessarily when the mantra chants or when I chant, but listening to your own rhythm and knowing that all together we create a tapestry of our individual voices. Vam. 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 Feeling the vibration throughout your entire body. Vam. 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 Just another minute here to really feel your voice and heal with your own voice. Vam. Awakening, energizing the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana, meaning sweetness, your creation, your creative center, your pleasure center, the center of movement, of change, of trust. Vam. 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 Keep your spine straight, your belly engaged, your shoulders back, shin in, lengthen through the spine, that central column, the Sushumna. Vam. 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 Inhale. Let the air linger and vibrate over every inch of your body. Exhale. One more inhale all together. Eyes still closed. And exhale. Bring your palms together to touch at heart center. Your thumbs press into your chest, into the space around your heart. Remember to stay open, to stay curious, to stay playful, to stay in the flow of your beautiful life with all of its ups and downs, and to trust yourself, to trust the process, to trust the timing. And together we say, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all so very, very much for being here, for joining me. I wanted to give you a few other tips for you throughout the week. Obviously, you can replay this class as a way to continue to open through the sacral chakra. Other things that you can do, more work with crystals and with essential oils. Also, eating orange food is beneficial. Spending time in or near water is really beneficial. So maybe that's going for a waterfall hike or sitting by a body of water, or taking a really mindful bath, or standing in the rain and just letting yourself be washed over with the water. So water is really cleansing. Again, we talked about water being the element of the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana. Another thing that you can do is take a risk and trust yourself. Another thing you can do is look at your normal patterns of behavior and see where you could maybe choose something differently. Also, to be really creative. So maybe that's baking or gardening or painting or writing, but doing something that is creative is another way to activate the sacral chakra. Something else you can do is to give yourself a massage. So those are some other ways to open up and activate and balance the sacral chakra. Next week, we will go over the Manipura, which is the transformation center, the fire center. So we'll go over that next week. I apologize if my screen is a little grainy. That's a couple of years backpacking was a little rough on my laptop. I do know that if we reach 1,000 subscribers here, that we can start streaming from our phones, which will be so helpful to many of the teachers here at RYK. So if you haven't done so already, please please subscribe to the channel. Please share this video or your favorite RYK video with a few of your friends. We are so honored to be here and holding space for you as we're in this interesting time, not in the studio, but we are still together online, still showing up for ourselves and showing up for the RYK community. If you're new to RYK, if you don't live in Las Vegas, we welcome you. We're so grateful that you're here and that you're sharing our energy with us and with our community. So yes, that is it for tonight. Thank you all so very, very, very much for being here. My name is Stevie. I'm really bad at saying my name for some reason. My name is Stevie. I'm really honored to be guiding you tonight. And I will see you next week. Love you all very, very much. Namaste, Sat Nam. And if you have any questions, please comment. Please comment on the video. The live chat does disable, so comment on the video, and I will be sure to answer any questions or comments that you have. Have a beautiful, beautiful night. Thank you again for joining.